Everyone, Rated Designs here, and we have another tutorial. It's been a while since I've uploaded. Had an absolutely crazy summer of moving and all this different stuff, but we're back. I keep saying that, and I keep saying, oh, but I'm not even going to sit here and tell you that, and keep giving you guys the same old stupid stuff. But today, it doesn't even matter. I'm going to give you a little bit of info more towards the end of the video about the 80,000 subscribers pack. Of course, I have not forgotten, even though I'm already at 81,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that, by the way. It's absolutely insane milestone. But also wanted to just say be ready for it, because it's going to be out very, very soon. I have been working on it. It's very, very cool, and it'll be pretty interesting. Anyways, today we're going to do a lighting tutorial showing people just the different types of lighting for when you're using figures, or even just if you want to spice up type or something to that extent, because I do see a lot of people that are just really having problems with lighting. And I want to explain this image right here I got from one of my buddies who did this, and it's basically just a Batman cowl that goes over his head, which is kind of cool, but it's a perfect thing to use for lighting. There's many different types of lighting. Of course, there's front lighting, there's top lighting, there's backlit, there is rim lighting, there is side lighting, all these different types of things, and I'm going to show you how you can emphasize them using Photoshop, using something that has very little lighting already added to it. So we're going to start off right away with our top lighting. Now, top lighting, of course, is probably the most common top lighting that common lighting you're going to end up using within Photoshop, just because it is mostly a raster program. Now, if you're wondering the brushes that I am using, you can go find my light brushes. They are in the description, or they should be in the description. They're on my Sellfy, pretty good price. And yeah, so definitely go check them out. So top lighting, of course, is pretty simple. You're going to want to take a brush up top, lower the opacity, and I'm actually going to make this background a little bit darker just so we can emphasize everything. Okay, so we have that going on for us. Now, of course, people will be like, oh, there's your top lighting. Well, no, there's going to have to be a little bit of things that are going to be done for your actual figure itself, because when something is coming from the top, it is not always going to show the whole image to be lit. So, of course, right away, you're going to make clipping masks, and you're going to want to grab your brush tool, and you're going to want to choose some sort of soft brush. You don't need to zoom in too much. But right away, you're going to want to highlight. Your whites are going to be your highlights. Your darks, obviously, will be your shadows. You're going to want to highlight the top a little bit. And you're going to switch this to either an overlay or just lower the opacity. I usually use an overlay just because it kind of highlights everything. Now, here you're going to want to do the exact same, so you can do that on the same layer. You're going to want to kind of have it right here. And that should be it for the lighting. Now, for the dark areas, you're going to want to use black. This area is going to get much darker, and the reason is because the light is hitting the mask, and of course your chin is going to be right here, as well as these areas right here. So this area where your chin and head is covering is going to be much darker, so you're going to just want to select and usually just lower the opacity down to about a 50%. Now, your eyes could get a little darker in the side area due to the fact that it's not actually top lit. Your nose will probably be pretty much the same, and of course the mouth being dark as hell. This bottom area, I don't know if I like that. Yeah, that's gonna work. That'll be fine. And maybe I'll add just black here again. And yeah, that is basically emphasizing your top lighting. Now, top lighting is pretty common. You know, you'll see it almost in every single ad design that you'll probably see out there, because most people are buying things. And just if you see what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just emphasizing the shoulders a little bit more, and the side right here, just so people know that it is from the top. And you can even go a little bit further, and just on the top of the head make another overlay just to give it that even more of a of an exaggeration. So that is basically our top lighting. It's very simple, it's very easy, but it's very effective. Now, of course, with this light, this is what changes everything. Your lighting is going to be changing just by your spotlight. So as you can see, if I delete this, it all goes back to normal, and you're just going to be stuck with regular lighting. So that's our top light. The second most used that I see a lot is front lighting. Now, obviously, you know, when you're using some sort of front lighting, you can't emphasize with some sort of brush. So front lighting, or with a brush at the top, of course, doesn't work that way. So front lighting, I usually just kind of take a good brush over the front, of course, as your lights. And you're going to want to just set that down to about 75%, depending upon how dark your image is. Now, I'm going to use white again, even though these are the darks. And these are all being used, and I'm all using just a dark brush. And you can kind of bring it on down here. And you're just going to make it, you're going to invert it, Command-I or Control-I. And you're going to even emphasize just a tad more as your front lighting. And this is all 100% dark areas that you're going to find within everything. Now, front lighting, you know, usually the focal point's around here. And you're going to want to really emphasize this front area, you know, as many overlays as you possibly can. And then this dark area, you're going to want to really overemphasize. You know, lighting, especially in Photoshop, it's all about overemphasizing your canvas, because you're trying to make lighting within an object that, or within a canvas that usually has a set lighting already. So it's very easy to switch, and that is our front lighting. It's basically front, so where your light would be going in this direction. Dark here, dark here. Left and right, you'll be dark, and of course the background will be dark. So if I, you know, made this even darker, just for the example, I'll move this over. You can see that it starts to blend into the sides, and it almost looks like it's floating, which is what my buddy Jacob will say all the time. Now, that is that lighting. Now, the last lighting I'm going to show you in this tutorial is by far my favorite. It is backlighting and or rim lighting, whatever you want to call it. So the one thing we're going to want to do, and of course, when I'm making these lightings, if you want to use a color, you're more than welcome to use a color for the lighting as well. So for this, we're going to use a gold color, and we're going to put this in the background of our image. Of course, going to make a gold color right here just because it's Batman. I'm going to just merge this down, and I'm doing just a quick thing, quick spatter, so you don't get all that gradient banding, and it's going to show right away. Sorry about that. Now, one of the things that you can do right away is you can start to add your darks. Now, your darks, of course, once again, clipping mask. Your darks are going to pretty much cover the majority of this canvas. You know, you're going to want to pretty much cover everything but just the rims a little bit. And you're going to want to just kind of make a lot of darkness kind of around this area more than anywhere else, just because this isn't going to be as visible as you would like it to be. Now, of course, your light source is coming from behind, so another really great way to do it is you just make an outer glow, set it to overlay, and set it to about 50 or whatever your canvas is at. I'm going to push mine up to 100 because I'm in a pretty big canvas. I'm working at 50%, so that shows you something. And already, of course, you can kind of see that it's very bright and a little weird looking already. So I'm going to lower that down to about 50%. Right after that, you're going to want to start doing your lights. Now, your lights pretty much are going to be your rim lighting. Now, your rim lighting, of course, it sounds exactly like what it is. It's your outer rim, and you're just going to paint a nice white brush, soft brush, quite small, around the outer rim of the whole image. And lighting, these are very, very important lights and light sources for images, for manipulation, for things more of that tone. So right under your white, we're actually going to use a yellow, just to emphasize that that background is a yellow. And you don't want to overdo your yellow. You can if you want. I see Boss Logic overuse his a lot, and it just looks great sometimes. But if you use too much, it's probably not gonna look the best you possibly can get. You can use a little more up top if you really want, and you just hit overlay. And with the color, you're just gonna want to lower the opacity a tad and maybe add a few things in here. And of course, right away you can tell, if we zoom out a little bit, that it's just, you know where your light source is. Now, to emphasize that light source, I usually add another yellow explosion back here, and then on top of that I take a nice white brush and overlay it even again, and it kind of just does it all. And then to really see this at full action, you can just take a curve and you can kind of see what's going on. Now, the big common thing with shadows that a lot of people do is they start to wash out and you lose detail. The one thing that you'll learn in photography or anything like that is it's all about making sure your shadows are dark, but they can still have the detail in them, as you can still see here. So that's basically quick lighting tutorials for you guys. They're awesome. They will help you so much with pretty much anything you do with design and ad making and stuff to that extent. So I thank you guys all for coming on over and watching this, because I haven't uploaded in a while. So all you guys that are still here, that's amazing. It makes me so happy and so proud that I'm still here. But about the 80K pack, this pack is once again going to be designed by you guys. So if you guys put in the comments below what you guys would like to see. I don't want to do Google stock stuff. I don't want to keep doing all that type of stuff, because that's kind of something that I did in the past, and I'm not necessarily saying that it's a good or a bad thing, because ultimately this is all 100% free. There is no profit off of it or anything. But it would be great to know what you guys want, because I'm going to make this from ground up. A lot of the Selfie stuff will be in here, but if you want them early, you can go buy them. Very simple. So let me know what you guys want. So leave a comment down below, of course, of what you want. You can tweet at me. I kind of want to do not a live stream, but I have a podcast idea coming out, so it'll be out pretty soon. It's going to be pretty awesome. It'll be about music. It'll be about design and the real world, and it'll be with all my buddies. So it'll be really fun and entertaining for you guys to watch. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and it's been rated, guys. Deuces.